It's week 2 of the NFL, and we're going to see Junior Colson. He's a nightmare to deal with in the front seven. Who knows what we're in store for here, just ahead on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Hi again, everyone. I'm Brandon Gunn. To my left, Charles Davis. And, Charles, you focus on this Bengal team entering play. They come in off a good win on the road, and now they hit the home opener at 1-0. On the other side of the field for our visitors here, they come into this one after a loss in the opener, and they're in for another tough test here.
And what a battle for an organization to look at your schedule and see 2 road games to start the season and not have a letdown immediately. You've got to fight against that. They've got to come out ready to play.
The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Here come the Bengals now to take over. It's Josh Allen that'll be orchestrating the offense, a 6'5" quarterback from Wyoming.
I remember when he came out of Wyoming, the big question mark, could he be accurate enough to be a star in the NFL? I think it's safe to say he's put all of us in our place and put those doubts to rest. He can roll out and run it. He can bomb it over your heads. Everything in between is an absolute nightmare for defenses to try and prepare for. And when he's on, he's an MVP caliber player each and every time he takes the field.
Allen. Wide open receiver complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 23 yards, the final tally. He's locked in early. 2 nice first down completions to start.
I like the fact that he's seeing the whole field early, spreading it around a little bit in the early going.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. They run the counter. Kitchen. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. They'll keep it on the ground. Kitchen.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. McPherson's kick is good. And the Bengals are on the board first here. It's 3-0. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And trotting out there, their tall quarterback standing at 6'5".
And he was terrific in the opener, threw 3 touchdown passes, and make no mistake about it, he was eager to get right back out and do it again. So I think we'll see him try to test the secondary quite a bit as this game goes on.
On first down, they'll start out with Wright. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down. A look there at the numbers last week for Wright. 24 carries, 56 yards.
Not a horrendous week last week running the ball, but definitely room for improvement for their numbers. No doubt they made some slight adjustments to how they're going to call plays this week in hopes they can kick those numbers up a notch.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Short throw caught by Bowers. And a nice job to break free of 1 tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. They'll come up facing 3rd and 5. They'll look to throw here. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That's good for a first down, his second catch of the opening drive.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking to throw to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the first down and then some.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 47. They'll work the middle here with Wright, and he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down. Well, this defense for the Bengals, terrific last week in the season opening victory.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there. And on now is the punter, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Oh, this is off the side of his foot. And this one goes angling out of bounds, and it will be spotted inside the 30-yard line. Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their second drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 15 carries, 60 yards.
It was a pretty mediocre week for him on the ground. Certainly a boon to his offense if he can get a little more output on his touches this week. He should get some more early carries as his team tries to get him into a rhythm.
From the gun, it's Allen. A short throw caught by Andrews.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete. You know, we might start getting some props here in the booth. You know, that one that says the D and then the fence that you put up next to it? How about that? They brought out the jumbo package and still couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage enough to pick up that first down.
Impressive. They were ready defensively for that jumbo set. And a fair catch called for and made just outside the 15-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. They'll come out throwing here on first down. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
The quarterback got away with one there. Looked like he was in line for a pick, but instead it's knocked harmlessly to the turf.
Here's Fuller with a catch. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 18 yards on his first catch of the game. It's a first down. They'll set up to throw. Open man is Marvin Harrison Jr. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that will bring up second down. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. A give up the middle to Wright. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down. They'll put Fuller in motion right. Now a play fake here on first down. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. They'll run out of the gun with Wright. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
2nd and 4. Touchdown! A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And his guys have taken the lead. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a 2nd one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdowns scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. So this drive spans 7 plays. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here.
Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
To the air, Allen. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Here's Allen. A short throw caught by Andrews. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Now a handoff up the middle. Kitchen. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down.
When you look at this defense,
they're trying to cover up some holes in the secondary. Right now, bottom 5 in the league against the pass at number 28.
And it's really difficult to prepare for this team. This is a #1 overall passing team in the NFL. But it shouldn't be hard to get excited about playing against them. The ultimate test going against that unit.
And that's why you and I are excited to broadcast this game.
Yes, sir.
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This will be spotted just shy of midfield, a 59-yard attempt.
McPherson's kick is good.
And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6.
Well, good start for him in this one here in the first quarter, and he's now 2 for 2 on field goals.
And I know while the offensive coaches are telling their guys, hey, let's leave the kicker out of it unless it's an extra point, this could pay dividends if this game is tight down the stretch. His confidence is going to be sky high if they need him for a big-time kick.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Textbook coverage right there. Played the ball, never lost sight of where it was headed, and stayed in perfect position to make a play on it. Able to keep the receiver and the quarterback in his sight lines.
Now back to throw. That is caught. They find some open field here. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Well, that's how you convert on third down with an explosive gain of 34.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 34.
They'll give this to Wright, running right.
And he will take this one in for a touchdown.
Jalen Wright, his first rushing touchdown on the year,
as his guys are able to extend their lead.
Well, they've done a pretty good job keeping him in check to that point, but he finally breaks off a nice run here and gets into the end zone.
And it just takes one, doesn't it, partner? That can undo a lot of good work that a defense has done to that point. You break off one right there, and everything suddenly looks bad for you.
Extra point right down the middle, and the lead is up to 8. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6.
Ball on the 35. Here comes 2nd and 5.
Now Allen. A short throw caught by Andrews. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. 3 catches now this afternoon, the same number he had all of last week. Also, it's a 1st down. Up the middle they go. Kitchen. A broken tackle on the run, and then just on the other side of midfield, they get to it.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. 2nd down and 4.
They'll keep it on the ground. Kitchen, and he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 12 yards that time, and a Cincinnati 1st down. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. He's got his man. It's Andrews. No gain on the play there. It'll be 2nd down.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential. But when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
And a quick throw here. That's complete. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this 1st quarter. After 1, 14-6 our score on EA Sports. Ready for the 2nd quarter from Cincinnati. It's the Bengals with the football here. A 3rd field goal of the 1st half, not what they're looking for as they come up on 3rd down. Allen to throw once more. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down. Evan McPherson out for the Bengal field goal. It's a 39-yard attempt, right hash. McPherson's kick is good, and that'll get the lead down to 5. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks will tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up.
Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's right. Short completion, just 4 yards. And 3rd and 8 now.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And just a 30-yard punt that time.
And the Bengals take over 1st and 10.
Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. And at least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. That'll put him at an even 50 receiving yards now in this first half. And it's a first down. Now a handoff up the middle. Kitchen. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
2nd and a couple.
Allen off the play fake.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down.
On play action, Allen. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. It's a first down following a gain of 3. And they'll send the tight end in motion left. Now Allen. A short throw caught by Andrews. Only able to gain a couple there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. Again, they'll throw with Allen.
And he'll go right back to Andrews.
And that's good for a gain of 6. And now 2 yards to go on 3rd down.
They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Throwing now is Allen.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Bengals first down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
In motion goes the tight end. Here's Allen to throw it.
And there's a quick throw caught by Andrews.
It'll be a gain of 5, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage.
Now a fake on a jet sweep, and they'll instead run up the middle.
And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. They'll look to make it 3 for 3 on 3rd down conversions. They need a yard here. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. So 2 3rd down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a 3rd, and now they deal with 4th down. They'll try and run for it. And he's not going to get there. Might have even lost a yard. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing. A chance to get some momentum here in the second quarter, getting their first trip into the red zone, but unable to get it across.
And if I'm the head coach, sure, you feel some disappointment, maybe a little bit of deflation there because you didn't get it in, but I'm going straight to rah-rah mode. All right, guys, we didn't get it this time. It's only the second quarter. We'll be back. Let's get it later on. I want to keep this team up. I don't want them to feel like they've let everyone down.
Positive.
Got to be positive in this situation. It's too early to think that you don't have a chance to win this game.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Harrison. And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14. In motion, the tight end. They'll look to throw here on first down.
Connects with Fuller on the crossing pattern.
And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Second down in the yard. Out of the gun. Here's a give to Wright.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
They'll look to throw now on first down.
They'll get the tight end Bowers involved there.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. Second and 2.
From the 43, here's second and 2. On the handoff, it's Wright.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on third down. He'll look to throw.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. Third and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
From the 46-yard line, a second down and 6.
Looking to throw.
Short throw caught by Bowers.
That one good for 7 as this long drive continues and the chains move again. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll look to throw again.
That's to Bowers once again.
And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Another first down as he went right back to the same well, this time for 17 yards. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Bowers. And he is out of bounds. Looks like right at the 15.
3 yards to go on second down, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. Jumbo set.
Back to throw again.
He's got the connection to Moore.
And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. And this offense on third down today, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Again, he'll drop to throw. Throw left side complete. That's right. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And this pass rush has really been bringing the heat and has already gotten home a few times here in the first half. So how about the play call there? Sometimes if you can't protect, you've got to fool them. Screen passes like that can take a little steam out of what's been a relentless rush so far.
He'll look to throw. And it'll be intercepted. And the Bengals are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. CD, when he went to throw that, I'm not sure if he just didn't see where the defense was. Whatever the case, not the throw you're looking for on 1st and goal.
Not at all, because, look, let's face it, that close to the goal line, if you throw an interception, is going to hurt on any down. But really, the only down you can kind of live with is if you do it on 4th down. The first 3, if you don't have it wide open, just get rid of it. Make sure they can't get it and live to fight another down. 1st and goal, and you throw the pick, not good at all.
So after the INT, it's Allen. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. To throw, it's Allen. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Allen going to throw. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line. Really nice pick there for the reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week. And a good story on that. He said he didn't even know he won the award. His buddy had to call him. He saw it on television and said, hey, congratulations. How about that?
And I'll bet you his buddy said, well, since you didn't know, I'll just go ahead and claim the award, right? And everything that goes along with it. But the reason he won the award the previous week and what we just saw there, instincts, understanding where the play is going and being able to make a play on the football.
A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. Wide open receiver complete. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. Back to throw.
Short throw caught by Bowers.
And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Back to throw now on 1st down. That is caught at the 7. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. They're going to look to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great play there. His first touchdown of the new season. And they are able to add on to their advantage.
So after the disappointment in the opening week loss, Charles, this looks like really a completely different football team.
They sure do, and I think they realize we can't start 0-2. And they're determined to not let it happen by the looks of things here in the early going.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. So that drive spanned 5 plays. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Bengals offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And he's had things all his way in this first half. The numbers sensational as he'll look to add to them with another drive here.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He finds his man complete. That's Oliver. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Toward the sideline, And look at that catch, dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Now Allen. He finds his man, complete. That's Oliver. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45.
Now 2nd and 3.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
Allen. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he's taken down inside the 30. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room.
A 46-yard attempt.
McPherson's kick is good.
And that lead is back down to 9 now. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. So we come upon halftime with 9 points separating these two teams. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. We'll begin just outside Washington at Commanders Field in Landover. And it's the Saints who are out in front as that inches closer to halftime. Nico Collins up over 100 yards receiving with 2 touchdown grabs. Next, we head north to Philly to check on the Eagles at home at Lincoln Financial Field. And they trail the visiting Cowboys at halftime. Kenneth Walker, a touchdown run in that first half. Finally, let's get to the country music capital of the world. See what's happening with the Titans at home in Nashville. And that one all even as they play the visiting Texans. We watched a solid performance out of running back Jalen Wright. He had a touchdown run that helped get his guys this halftime lead. We were certainly treated to an entertaining first half. Both these teams with some high points and maybe a couple of low points as well. So it's going to be a question of who can be the most disciplined team going forward.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The visitors' offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw in coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, it's too early to figure out what kind of adjustments this defense made at halftime, but that's a good start to the second half. They can not afford to give up more points and fall further behind, so well done to force the punting situation here.
And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line.
The Bengals offense and their running back getting set for this next possession.
Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt.
And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. The kidder here, it's complete. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for third down.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
Allen from the gun on third down. That is caught. He's going to have the first down and more than that. And he takes it all the way down to the 22. A big play that time on the catch and run. 39 yards.
They made that way too easy for them. No one is supposed to be that open against an NFL defense. Once he caught the ball, there wasn't anybody close enough to stop him. And he was able to continue downfield after making the catch.
Now Allen. A short throw caught by Andrews. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be second down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Call it a loss of 5, a big sack to bring up third down.
They're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
So the shotgun snap to Allen. Dancing to his left. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to about the 19. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up fourth down.
Like any team playing, they're looking for touchdowns to try and help their cause. But in this case, he does get them a little closer at least if they think a field goal turns out to be the better call here.
For the field goal, a 36-yard attempt.
McPherson's kick is good.
And that'll move him back within 6 now.
So 3 points, maybe not a grand prize at this stage, but it does get them back within 1 score.
It certainly does, because now they stay within shouting distance. So that means everyone on your sideline stays engaged in this game. They know they still have a shot.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The visitors' offense and their big play wideout getting ready to get back to work. And he was pretty much unguardable in that first half. You see the numbers there as they try to add to him here in this third quarter.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts. On the give, this is right.
Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage.
And we got a pause following the play because it appears a member of the Bengals in some discomfort. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
They'll set up to throw. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to fourth down.
Like how they've started the third quarter here. They force a punt on the first drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their second win coming out of the locker room. So they bring out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And the Bengals will take over in terrific field position.
The home team's offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he had it going in the first half, that's for sure. He's really had his way with his secondary. They've been powerless to stop him, and he'll look to keep it rolling right here. A short throw caught by Andrews. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. Now 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
Throwing now is Allen. And his throw is incomplete.
But plain and simple, that's the second time today that he's dropped a pass.
And that one, I think, maybe even a little easier than the earlier one that he dropped. Surprising.
Was this game announced as a night game prior to, and maybe his rhythm is just off? He's got thrown off. He's got to wake up, enjoy the sunshine, and go play.
And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. 8th catch for him now. He's been a big factor. And it's a first down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Play action. Now it's Allen. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And down inside the 15 he goes. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
To the air, Allen. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Now Allen again. This is caught. 4 catches now on this drive alone. They can't stop him. It's another first down. They'll try to run this one in. And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Bengals have tied the ball game with a chance to take the lead. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of the season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
2nd and 1.
He'll get the tight end Bowers involved there.
That'll put him at 95 receiving yards now as he's got a first down.
On the ground, it's right.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can...
The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. He couldn't get away there on 3rd down. The pressure too much, and he's sacked for a loss of 12.
And you get the feeling, Charles, yeah, he's got the 2 sacks now, but he may get more here. We've still got a quarter and then some to go.
And the way that he is playing this game, it reminds me of one of the best golfers in the world who can use every club in the bag and make a great shot. That's what he's doing with his pass rush moves right now, showing a little bit of everything. They have no way of stopping him.
And on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt.
And they will take over first and 10. The home team's offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And you look at his numbers as a pass catcher in this one. They've lined him up in different spots, shifted him around, and made him a real weapon in the passing game.
From the gun, it's Allen. He's got his man. It's Andrews. Calling a gain of 6 on the play, and it's second down.
At the 50-yard line.
From midfield, here's Allen.
And he'll go right back to Andrews.
And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. Here's Allen to throw it.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Bengals first down, and comfortably so, as he gets 5 there on 3rd and a yard.
At first glance, I thought he just used his size in order to win the route. But he also had a little subtle move in there as well. Made the defender think he was going one direction and was able to track the ball in another.
Going right side here, and that's complete. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that's going to bring up second down.
At the 36-yard line.
Again, they'll throw with Allen. He finds his man, complete. That's Andrews. And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
Working with the lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's first and 10.
Allen now looks to throw. A short throw caught by Andrews. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
So the ball down to the 16 here for first and 10.
Up the middle they go. Kitchen, and able to get him down, but he does reach the 5.
51 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. And he'll take this into the end zone for Bengal TD. Josh Allen with career touchdown number 75 as his guys are able to extend their lead.
That's a really good decision right there outside of the pocket. You've got to know the right time to shift from passer to runner. He was looking and looking, nothing there. You can almost feel the brainwaves firing as he calculates, I think I can win a race to the pylon. And he turns out to be right. Touchdown.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And the lead is up to 8. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays.
And it was Josh Allen using his legs to polish things off. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. And many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Final minute now of the 3rd quarter. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Wright's got it. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 15 yards on the play, first down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to go for a big play downfield.
Oh, that is incomplete.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now in Cincinnati, as it looks like we are just about set and ready to begin with the fourth. He'll look to throw.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A big gain of 31 on 3rd down.
Well, partner, that's how you make a long drive suddenly not so long anymore. One big play, and they're already in field goal range with designs on getting more than that.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. They'll run with Wright. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. He'll look to throw. And he's got his big wide receiver complete. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And now it's 3rd and 3.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Now here's a whistle as flags come in. And we'll check out the call.
Ball start, offense.
The crowd's not doing that O-line any favors.
Home field advantage is really kicking in, making it very difficult for them to hear the snap count.
Now after the false start, they need 8 yards here on 3rd down.
Here's Wright.
They juked him and able to get him down, but he does reach the 5.
72 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 16 times.
1st and goal, a touchdown and a 2-point conversion here are musts. They'll look to throw. And this is going to be intercepted.
And the Bengals are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
So a good drive with a bad ending, Charles. They move it down the field well. Cannot finish it off, though, as it's intercepted in the end zone.
Deflating, that has got to be the word here because they were sharp in moving it down the field. But sometimes you start thinking like a touchdown is a given, and it doesn't always work out that way as we saw there.
Cincinnati set to take over once again. Another important fourth quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
Good push from the offensive line, and they've done well so far to build this lead. Now they've got to get things to the finish line, and that's a solid pickup there to begin the drive.
They'll keep it on the ground. Kitchen and tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've converted 5 times in their many chances thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Now a handoff up the middle. Kitchen, he's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. 4th down.
At the 29-yard line. A gain of only a yard. It's 4th down.
The Bengals bring out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. 39 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. So now out comes this offense led by their quarterback as they take over once more. And it's been a struggle for him all afternoon. This defense has really done a nice job of making him earn everything he gets, and it's prevented him from getting into any kind of rhythm here today.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
And a close game like this, Charles, those interceptions like they had on the last drive could be costly, but here they've got another opportunity to seize control of this game.
And they better take advantage of it, because otherwise, if they end up losing by 1 score, they'll relive this over and over and over until they have another opportunity to wipe it away.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down.
Short throw caught by Bowers.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. They'll try and run for this with Wright.
And he's got the 1st down yardage before he's brought down at the 42.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Trying to get a big strike right there and hopefully tie this game up in the late going. But the coverage was there, and this winds up incomplete.
Up the middle they go. It's Wright. Able to corral him right at the midfield stripe following that sparkling display of footwork we saw.
They need 2. Here's 3rd down. Now a toss play for Wright.
That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. Losing 4 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
Well, partner, I guess sometimes it's just a matter of philosophy. Some say run it until they absolutely stop you, and others say, well, when you think they're about to stop you, fool them a little bit. I guess they should have tried to fool them on that play.
And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line.
This offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes, and he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be 2nd down.
And for the defense, this is a spot where you don't want to totally sell out to stop the run, but you do have a pretty good idea of what you're going to see. And that's good work right there to keep them in check on that 1st down carry.
To throw, it's Allen. A short throw caught by Andrews. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
2 yards still to go. 3rd down now.
3rd and 2.
Now a handoff up the middle. Kitchen. Well, this is not going to be enough. Was in search of 2 yards and only got halfway there. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. I think you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
We'll call that a 43-yard punt, 2 on the return.
The visitors' offense and running back Jalen Wright getting ready to go back to work. And it's hard to believe you could run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, it's all been on display throughout.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's going to rifle one deep left side. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down, then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 17, and it'll give them a first down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. On first down, he'll drop to throw. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. They'll send the tight end in motion. They'll look to throw here on first down.
Short throw caught by Bowers.
They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be second down. Again, he'll drop to throw.
That's to Bowers once again.
7 yards there and a first down. Up the middle they go. Right. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
96 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
So the ball down to the 16 here for first and 10. They'll go again here with Wright.
He will push his way down to about the 14. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. He'll drop to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great effort there. His first NFL reception goes for 6. And his guy's now just a 2-point conversion away from tying us up.
So part one of what they needed is done. They get in the end zone. Now you have to imagine we'll see a try for 2.
And that's what the book says, but defensively, they can't hang their head right here. They've still got a chance to come out with the lead if they make a play.
They'll try and throw for it. Steps away. And he will get into the end zone for 2. And this game now tied here in the 4th. Still time to work with on the clock, but they wanted the tie now, and they got it.
And I love their aggressiveness. Go ahead and get it done. Get the game tied. Now your team has the momentum, and you're staring across the field saying, let's see if you can match us.
Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. And able to get this out to the 25.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field.
They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown. All tied up in the 4th quarter. And a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here.
Here's Allen. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Andrews. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Now a handoff up the middle. Kitchen. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Play action. Now it's Allen. Under pressure, and down he goes. A loss of 4 that time on the sack, and it brings up second.
I think a lot of time when we see a sack, you say, well, you blame it on the offensive line, the quarterback, but here, maybe you just tip your hat to the defender. What a play.
Yeah, and I think sometimes they just get a sense of the play before the ball's even snapped. Kind of like a sprinter anticipating the gun in a race. They're off, and guess what? The quarterback's down.
Allen.
He finds his man, complete. That's Oliver.
Well, this feels like a late season game, even though it's just week 2. Here's a big third down. Oh, look at this. It's intercepted.
And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line.
Well, we say it often, Charles, but not all interceptions are created equally, and that is a big one here in a tie ball game in the fourth quarter.
And, Brandon, when games are this close, it usually comes down to the team making the fewest mistakes, and that was one of our mantras back at Tennessee. Coach Majors used to say all the time, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. You've got to cut those down to give yourself an opportunity.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And the momentum just continuing to build and build for them. They had the touchdown, their last drive to tie the game. Now their defense does its job. And, Charles, all of a sudden they've got a chance to capture the lead here.
And we're seeing a really nice exhibition of what coaches love to call complementary football. Offense gets a tie, defense does its job, gets the ball right back, and their teammates now have momentum. What a nice job they're doing, all doing it together.
They'll look to throw now on first down.
That's into the hands of his tight end, Bowers.
Now the Bengals going to use as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now.
Up the middle they go. Right. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
2nd down, 8 yards to go. And they'll go right back to right.
And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
On 3rd down, here's a run by Wright.
And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
They'll run on first down with Wright.
And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that.
That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
I guess we can call that a welcome to the NFL moment right there, and he came in with open arms and knocked it through.
Yeah, how about that? It's almost surely a game winner, right? And, you know, rookie kickers, usually the leash is kind of short, isn't it? I think they went ahead and got that extended model for him now after making that kick.
This is 1st and 10.
At their own 30-yard line.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. Oh, Allen cannot get away, and down he goes.
A fun, close ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on the wrong side of midfield. They needed something near a miracle, and they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, the effort, that was good. Very good, in fact. They were just a little too far out to get a decent look at the end zone for that last opportunity. Couldn't get it done, but a nice game overall.
So for our visitors, they did what they needed to do. They split their first 2 road games of the year, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Cincinnati, they will fall to 1-1, and they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Tampa to take on the Bucs. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.